All right. Let's find out if we made the right choice. Today's the first day to sign draft picks. Really quickly, in the All-Star, Scherzer versus Ohtani. I do want to see, actually, we'll look from the other menu. I want to see who made the All-Star game for us, because somebody would have. We'll check in a minute. So, signing draft picks. We start off with Coronado, who we picked first overall. Was that the right choice is the question. Oh boy, does he want money. Let's go for his bonus demand first. And there we go. The #1 overall pick is signed. The question is, did we make the right choice? We saved a boatload of money there too. Let's look at Carlos Delgado Jr. Who signs? Who signs? Bobby Tom Brady. Old Bobby Tom. Will he sign? Yes. Welcome aboard, Bobby Brady. Fernando Flores. Can't sign him yet. We can go after Hidalgo, who declines. What about Alberto Miranda? Miranda also declines. Let me drop Flores out of there. What about DaCosta? DaCosta also declined. Okay. We got to get Flores back in there, make him gold. All right, that is our first day. Let's see. Now, All-Stars. Scherzer made it for the NL. We are guaranteed one All-Star. The question is, who made the All-Star roster for the year 1 Pittsburgh Pirates? It was Oneil Cruz. That's to be expected, I would say, that it was Oneil Cruz. All right, let's see. Another day to sign draft picks. Fernando Flores. We'll give you fair value this time. Flores signs. Flores signs. Alberto Miranda. Let's give you slot value. Alberto Miranda signs. Hidalgo signs. And Johnny DaCosta, congratulations. You get to make a boatload of money because it doesn't matter. Welcome aboard, Johnny DaCosta. So we signed every single one of our draft picks. The question now is, did we make the right choices? AJ Minter. That's an interesting deal. AJ Minter for Tyler Glasnow and Garrett Clevenger. Did we make the right choice? Did we? So beyond the deadline, there will be no trades for us. Here we go. This is the day. This is the time. Did we make... Nope, we got one more day, actually, to sim. It's fine. I'm just going to leave it here. There we go. Did we make the right choice with our first overall pick? We got a first overall pick in year 1. Did we choose correctly? Yes, we did. Yes, we did. Coronado, 21A and a 68 overall with 94 velocity. Some of the per-9s need some work. But in terms of starting stamina and starting velocity, the Mexican-born Coronado is a very, very good choice. And maybe, just maybe now we know to pay a little bit more attention to those attributes. Next up. All right, Delgado's not terrible. He's not great, 22B62. But he's not terrible. I mean, even if we were to use him as a high heat reliever, he's not bad. Not at all. For Carlos Delgado Jr., Bobby Brady. Kingsley, we had to abandon it, unfortunately. I really don't want to. I still have the save file. But yeah, in that draft, we were getting at most 3 players a year. One good option at best.
Oh,
it's just, unfortunately, it wasn't quite working out. Thank you for the follow, by the way. It breaks my heart. Like, part of me still wants to go back and keep trying, but it's just, the writing was kind of on the wall, unfortunately. The issue with Brady is indeed that he's 23, but he's a 64. It's not like he's a 40, you know? Kingsley, I gotta be honest, I might not give up on it. I might not. I might play it a little bit off stream and just kind of see if we can get it to work. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, so Bobby Brady, again, at least has probably a future as a reliever. I don't hate it. Fernando Flores, honestly, not brutal. He can't bunt worth a damn, apparently. A 1 in drag bunting. But again, as a project shortstop, he'll never be the future starter. But he's okay. He's okay. Kingsley, we are only going to be building up through the draft. No major free agent signings, no trades, just the draft. Johnny DaCosta. Okay, now see, if one of these picks, like if Delgado looked like DaCosta, then we're concerned. But given how late we took DaCosta, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. Again, he might end up being a reliever someday. And then Hidalgo, same thing. Same thing. He's not great. He's not bad. He's got time to develop on our roster. And Alberto Miranda, same thing. So overall, that is the outlook for the team. 96 potential for Bobby Tom Brady. Not bad. What I learned was to pay attention to future stats. Apparently, the question is, though, for other players, what are we looking like? But yeah, that was a pretty good draft, especially so pitching based. We only took 1 position player. 1. St. Louis took Chad Grimes and they missed. Wow, St. Louis in general had a rough day. A real rough day. Arizona. Hey, turns out we got the better Brady. Granted, he's at least a C potential. And again, you guys, if you don't know, hey, let me know. But I feel like for the most part, people know what overall is kind of bad depending on a player's age. So not a brutal draft for Arizona. Not too bad. Colorado. Zapata's good. It's about all I'll say. Zapata's good. Dodgers, Steven Batista. And they got Nigel Bundy, which is a great name, but yeah, not a great draft for the Dodgers. Fletcher Pokey's a great name, though. Padres. Okay, so our draft already looks even better. In all the multiverses of my franchise mode, it amuses me that Colorado can't draft for shit in any of them. It's true. It's true. San Francisco. Beltre's pretty solid. Zarate is all right. Kevin Person's pretty solid. All right, so the Giants did pretty good, too. Giants did pretty good with starting pitching. Baltimore. Oh, man. Baltimore. Yikes. And by the way, case in point, if this was a Japanese-based draft, doesn't hand a shit. Boston Red Sox. Ooh. Ooh, Boston. Ooh, Boston. Ooh, Boston. Yikes. Yikes. New York Yankees. Yankees didn't do so great either, now did they? Tampa with Steve McGill, very solid closer. Outside of that, a couple C potentials, like Cabrera's not that bad, but right at the end, 21-year-old Eli Mata does have 91 potential, but he's only a 47. So kind of a steal, but kind of not, because he has a long way to go. Oh, Toronto. Oh, Toronto. They did get another type of Mata player with Alan Johnson. But, oh, Toronto. Dude, given how well our draft is looking and how bad every AI team is, we did very, very well for ourselves. The White Sox. I mean, in terms of C potentials, like McDonald and Pinto aren't that bad. Russell Haas is a solid project, but damn. Cleveland with Sammy Gomez wasn't bad. For a B potential, he's pretty damn good. But that is the only player that they got. Wow. Detroit with first baseman Steven Rivera. Now, Rivera wasn't exactly in that list of players, right? He was the other first, right? He was the other first baseman? I know we were looking at him, but we weren't looking at him like super seriously. He went off the board? Okay. So he wasn't one of the guys who was projected like top 2, right? That was Quentin Sands. He was in the 20s? Okay. Your scouts poo-pooed him. All right. Well, shit. Our scouts were either wrong or we didn't really take a good enough look at him. Hell of a pick there for the Tigers. Hell of a pick. They also picked up Chris Patterson at first base, who was okay. Napoleon West was all right. Man, they took a lot of first basemen. Then at catcher, Darryl Wise is He's got a chance of making it, but it'll be about 10 years. All right, Kansas City. Holy mid. Sterling, great starting overall, but 73 potential. McGrath, great starting overall, but 75 potential. That is about as mid can get. Here we go. Minnesota took Mariano Perez, who our scout said was the top player in the draft. We said, no, he isn't. And we were right. Double check those player attributes, everybody. If you're not already doing so, it can save you from a bit of heartache. Perez is fine, but we got the better pitcher. We got the better pitcher for sure. You need better scouts, apparently. Houston. I mean, great C potential shortstop in De Silva. Only B potential was Cletus Hand. 54 at 22 is pretty rough for Cletus. It is. It's not bad. It's not great. It's okay. The Angels, who took that closer, he wasn't projected to be drafted. Russell Senzel went like 6th overall. We were hoping to get him in round 2, and yeah, he was amazing. So the Angels did a good to realize that he was good. And then Willie Pelario. Not that bad. Tadahito Chan. The case in point why this Japanese run just wasn't going to work. Like, he's fine, but 20B and a 67's not amazing. Especially for a guy who was projected 3rd best in the draft. They also took Bob Coles. Oh, baby. Old Bob Coles. Seattle. Yikes in the first round. Solid in the second round with Luis Pena. And, yeah, later on with Rick Rahave. Texas is Orlando Ortega. Did we make the right choice? 21B, but a 75. Did we make the right choice? We'll have to look back at our guy in a minute. They also ended up with Mike Van Dyke, who's a super low overall. 37 fielding. He's definitely a DH. Atlanta ended up with reliever Val Winchester. Not bad at all. Jaime Villa. Very, very good project shortstop late for the Braves. That's the steal of the draft right there. Miami took starting pitcher Thomas Cameron. Very solid. Very, very solid for Thomas Cameron. very solid C potential in Woodrow Pena. And New Jack. Should have taken the white New Jack. 20 years old, 56 overall, but a 93 potential. Should have gone for old Jerome Young. That would have made our draft even better. They also got Zambrano, but he needs a little bit of work. The Mets took Ricky Otto. He's fine. That was all they really got for high potential dudes. Phillies had a rough day at the office. Darren Whitaker is fine, but nothing amazing. Nationals took Quentin Sands, and I think we made the right choice there. We were right about pitcher or first baseman, but not the top two projected, the number 4 and 5. We were right. We would have not taken Quentin Sands either. John, all good, buddy. Appreciate you. Have yourself a good one. Also, Kendall wasn't that bad. The Cubs, outside of Martin Crespo, not a great day for the Cubs. Cincinnati with Uribe, he's fine. They got BJ Sandoval, who was fine. They do get Andreas Castro later on. He was pretty good, too. 22 and a 60. Milwaukee took Domingo Lugo, very good pick. Alberto Calderon, very good pick. Alan Lopez, elite pick. I think Milwaukee might have won the draft. Alan Lopez. That is a steal. Holy hell. Never mind about steal of the draft. And then back to Pittsburgh. Again, we had a tremendous draft. But that's the question. Coronado, 21, 94, 68. Or would we have preferred Ortega, 21, 86, but a 75? That is the question. We did go with Coronado. Has the high... basically, like, we went with Slavkovsky. To put it in hockey terms, Texas took Shane Wright. He's better now. He's more league ready. But we took the guy with the higher ceiling. So, all in all, we did have a very good draft. I'm very, very happy with that. And that said, now we can focus on moving forward. And hopefully, again, this team continues to suck. And we can end up with another super high draft pick next year. Again, a lot of guys off of this roster are going to be allowed to just walk away. That's how we're going to handle it. We're not going to focus on building up O'Neal Cruz. Someone else is going to get to benefit from him. And we'll slowly be switching this roster over to a team that's built around our drafted players. So we're not too worried about game by game. Certainly won't be worried about the playoffs anytime soon. It's going to be a long, long process. So, 65 and 97 was our final record. We were not, we were not the worst team even in the NL. Nats, Marlins, and Rockies were all worse. In the AL, Royals and Athletics were worse. So it should be a top 10 pick, but not as bad of a record as we were hoping for. Toronto will play Texas. Minnesota plays Houston. The Yankees and Angels get the first round byes, while the Mets play the Padres, Brewers, and Phillies, with the Dodgers and Braves awaiting. In terms of our stats for the season, I gotta be honest, if people want to see it, let me know. I don't really care. Like, I don't really care how the year one goes for Pittsburgh, right? Don't really care about that. But we will look at award winners. How are we going to handle qualifying? Let them walk. We are allowed to qualify our own drafted players down the road, but that's a question for another time. As Juan Soto wins NL MVP. Tough to disagree with it. AL MVP Shohei Ohtani. Of course, now you win MVP. Not when I make a Tokyo-based team and have you be the leader of it. AL Cy Young Shohei Ohtani. Okay, hold on. Hold on. So he went 22-4 with a 2.08 ERA and also hit 50 home runs. Oh my God. So we had 6.7 batting WAR and 6.5 pitching WAR. Unreal. Unreal. NL Cy Young went to Max Scherzer. Tough to disagree with it. NL batting title goes to Cincy's Tyler Stevenson. And AL goes to Mike Trout. Reliever of the year, Emmanuel Clase. I don't really disagree with it. And NL reliever of the year was the Dodgers, Evan Phillips. Definitely can't disagree with it. I mean, well, 97 strikeouts for Devin Williams, man. That's an interesting one. Rookie of the year in the NL, Corbin Carroll, with Kodai Senga finishing in second. And AL rookie of the year, Nico Hulsizer? Hulsizer. I have never heard of you in my life. I need to pay attention. I try not to pay attention to the Rays because it makes me sad how good they are and how mid the Red Sox are going to be this year. But yeah, shout out to Nico. 26 years old. Wins the race over Gunnar Henderson. There you go. Those are the Year 1 awards. Let's find out who is going to win the World Series. And the answer is the Dodgers over the Angels. And a California duel. 5 games is what it took for the Dodgers to win the World Series over the Angels. World Series MVP, Chris Taylor. Chris Taylor, 32 years old, wins the World Series MVP. And that is Season 1. That'd be a very fun World Series to watch. Season 1 is in the books, and now it's time for things to get painful. Dick Mountain. Oh, we lost Rich Hill. 2 for 2 on first year Battle of LA. Any Hall of Famers in Season 1? Robinson Cano, which means Miggy did not retire. Fair enough. I think the Dodgers did only lose 1 game. We need a new third base coach. I'm not going to worry about firing our shit coaches because right now it doesn't matter. Let's just save the money. That said, Russ Roper? Russ Roper. You're looking like a pretty good option. Try to bring you in. So, here's where it gets painful. Especially with this guy. Honestly, I almost want to just say we're allowed to keep Andrew McCutchen. Everybody on this list is going, though. And let's be honest, in a lot of ways, not a huge loss. Not a huge loss. I'm not against the idea of keeping McCutchen around until he retires, though. I mean, it's Andrew McCutchen. Let's keep Andrew McCutchen around, pay him some good money. I will offer him a fair contract. If he says no, then that means he wanted to leave. It's his call. Ball's in his court. Everybody else is leaving. So we'll see what happens with him. Roper likes to go to the Diamondbacks. McCutchen still hasn't accepted, by the way. Let's go for Soy Lemez, who is here a lot. I always seem to end up signing this guy. Let's go for him. There we go. All right, so staff is taken care of. Looks like Kutch is going to test free agency. Looks like it. It looks like it. So, free agency for us? Nothing. We're not going to do a damn thing. Obviously, Ohtani is out there. There are some big free agents this year. We'll see where they land, but we are not touching free agency. That is not the name of the game. In terms of tendering contracts, we're not doing a damn thing. O'Neal Cruz, Contreras, they are going to be allowed to walk for absolutely nothing. This is where the pain comes in. Tamar Johnson as well. We're letting them walk. And we're starting from scratch. We said there'd be pain. Same for arbitration. Same for the 40-man. For the moment, we're not worried about a damn thing. Shohei Ohtani is a twin. Could you imagine, of all places, Shohei Ohtani signing for 11 years in Minnesota? You cannot trade for draft picks in baseball, no. Shohei Ohtani, off of the greatest season of all time, goes to Minnesota. So, oh my God, where are they getting the money? They also, I mean, in fairness, it wasn't even that bad of a deal. They also signed Teoscar Hernandez. Look out for the Twins. Look out for the Twins. My goodness. All right, Josh Hader goes to Cincinnati. Now, the big question is going to be the Rule 5. Blake Snell goes to the Cardinals. The egg challenges sucked. Yeah, I mean, I don't play the online ones, so. The big question is the Rule 5. Now, in prior years with this game, we had done a challenge where I controlled the team and chat controlled the team. You can't do that this year because of the draft. It doesn't let you swap between teams. At least it didn't when I last checked. They might have fixed that with the patch. But in that option, we would always do the Rule 5, and we'd be allowed one pitcher, one position player. I'm going to kind of leave that up to you guys. I'm not necessarily for it. I ain't against it. It's kind of whatever you guys think. I'm fine with just only doing the entry draft. Julio Urias goes to Seattle. Very good deal for them. Dusty, what's going on? It is, well, that's the thing, right? It is technically a draft. It is technically a draft. We'll see if there's somebody who's like elite. Do what you want. I like you. I like you. A draft is a draft. Aaron Nola off to Oakland. As we do get to the Rule 5 with the 6th pick, the question is, with what money for the Athletics? Who's actually available here? So obviously we'd want to go for someone who's a B potential, right? C potential wouldn't do too much for us here. I mean, we'd be looking at Miguel Geraldo as one of our better options. Or Luis Toribio. I feel like you get to sign players anyway. We do. Typically what we do is spring training is go to the very bottom of the free agent list and sign all the scrubs, though. Honestly, I mean, that's who we're looking at. Miguel Geraldo. I mean, put it this way, he's not going to be the starting third baseman for a World Series winning team. And then I'd also, for a pitcher, look at Gordon Graceffo. You know, just to help fill out the team, basically. I mean, that's about the best we'd get in terms of younger players. You know, I'm not, like I said, I don't know. Like, how good is someone like Geraldo going to get, you know? But we got to make that decision right now. Are we allowed players of this caliber or not? We can get better in the entry. Entry draft is still top priority, though. Entry draft is still top priority. I've seen Geraldo get to the mid-80s. Really? I'm pretty sure we used Graceffo in Boston, too. I'm making the decision. No Rule 5. No Rule 5. We're going to forego that as well and just go through the entry draft. That is how we're building this team. Clayton Kershaw goes to Texas. Poor bastard. Tony Gonsolin traded for Jordan Westberg. Fuck. Why? Dayton Lane Hall. There we go. And Colton Cowser. So shout out to the Orioles getting Tony Gonsolin. Goddamn. 1 year left on a really cheap deal. Felix Bautista traded to Philadelphia for Sir Anthony Dominguez, Eli Harvey, and Lee, I'm going to go with. So the Phillies exchange out Dominguez to get a better closer. It's an interesting one. Hunter Renfroe on his way to the Cubs. Luis Severino to Boston. That would be such a Boston deal, too, because he can't stay healthy. Hate it here. Winter meetings, arbitration negotiations. Yeah, Sam, I know. That's why I didn't even bother with it. Renewable contracts. Nothing to worry about. So we go off to spring training. And let's see how do we get to fill out this roster? All right, so we need 7 catchers. And again, we're not going to go for the veterans because they get expensive. So it's going to be Tommy Lawrence, David Fujita, because we can't escape the Japanese players. Let's see, that was 4, right? Yeah. 5, 6, and 7. Beautiful. Look at these guys. So John Rosoff will be on the Pirates this year. So will Brady Lindsley. Congrats to Brady Lindsley. And that is the situation at catcher for this season. First base. Oh, Christ. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. 20. Yo, we'll have a prediction up for how many wins we'll get. Shout out to John Penny, first baseman, and Gary Barton. John Penny and Gary Barton have won the lottery. The Make-A-Wish. Second base. Still have nobody. No holdovers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Bob nutting over the savings. So Kelvin Moline. Kelvin Moline and Miguel De Los Santos win the lottery for now to potentially be on the starting roster. Third base. Brian Hayes, though, is still here. We do have to make a decision with him because he's under contract until the end of time. Fuck it. Let's just get rid of you. Fuck it. Whatever. Let's just rip the Band-Aid off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So at third base, congrats to James Petite, whatever you prefer, and Cristobal Marquez for making the team. And we'll set that up. The better prediction, what team will have a better winning percentage, MLB, AAA, or double? Ooh. Shortstop. So we did draft shortstop Fernando Flores. We do have a choice with Fernando. Do we just rush him to the majors to see what the hell happens? Or do we let him kind of toil around in the minors? That is the question with what to do for Fernando Flores. I mean, he's 22, and we might as well just put him in the majors and see what he can do. We might as well. Like, how badly could it possibly stunt his development, you know? Maybe not. Maybe not, though. Yeah, honestly, Jose Lopez. Jose Lopez, David Harrington. David the Hair Harrington. And we'll have Ray Ramirez in Double-A. Oh, top prospect Ray Ramirez. Let's go. Fucking stupid. Oh, God. And then we have Brian Reynolds in the outfield. Hey, McCutcheon stayed. Well, Brian, we'll see you later, too. Kutch can stay, though. Kutch can stay. Let's see. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. What the hell is our outfield going to look like? All right, Benito Casto. Welcome to the majors. Welcome, welcome. Ray Gill. At least he's fast. Welcome to the majors. You think McCutcheon's gonna regret staying here? I regret signing him because there goes your chance of winning a World Series, my friend. 2, 3. Let's go with Daryl Macbeth and Matt Parra to get the call-ups. And AAA can be 1, 2, 3, 4. And we'll go 5 with Ryan. AA 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. In terms of pitching, we do need to edit this man here into Bobby Tom Brady. No matching first audio is found. Don't worry. He can still be Bobby. Preferred number 12 for Bobby Tom Brady. And then for Mr. Delgado, it's got to be Carlos Delgado Jr. Ah, shit. Didn't want to do that. How long to find the name Delgado? That was a costly mistake. There we go. There we go. And then we got Bobby Tom Brady and Carlos Delgado Jr. Honestly, Flores, I'm gonna let you start in like single A, actually. And then we go back over to the starters. So Coronado, he'll start off in AAA. We'll start off in AAA. We'll have Bobby Tom in double, Carlos Delgado Jr. in double, and DaCosta can start in single A. Delgado Jr. to wear number 20. No, we can make him number 25. It's fine. It's fine. Why the hell not? Why the hell not? We got to make our own stories with a roster this bad. And then honestly, Miranda and Hidalgo can both start in single A as well. So we have to sign a buttload of pitchers. Let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can do. All of the garbage. But damn it, now it's our garbage. So Jonathan Bermudez. Welcome to the majors. Cam Vieux. Let's go with Andrew Lytle. Is Cam a former Pirates prospect? Well, there you go. It worked out perfectly then. Let's get John Taylor there. Roland Bolanos. And Aslanta Chen. What a name. Team ERA this year. Yeah, right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. AAA is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Send down 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so 3 more starters to play it safe. Carl Hungus, the 9 months. It's a boy. And his name is Carl Hungus. Thank you for still supporting my face. Appreciate you. All right, really quickly, actually, so Mackenzie Clarkson. We signed Jordan Sheffield, by the way. It was like an accidental 5-year deal. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And now we can send some other dudes down. Harl Kungus. Yes, there you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then double A is 3, 4, 5, and 6. Isaiah Rose down to single A. So now we just have a boatload of relievers to sign, and then we're good. Let's sign 3 closers. Oh, this team is going to be so beautifully trash. Because Pirates fans, what's another 10 to 15 years of suffering, right? You're used to it. What's another 10 to 15 years? So, Michelle Otañez to the majors. And let's see. So, we get Miranda. So, Cam Allred. Let's call up a bunch of relievers to the 40-man. Blown saves will be less than 5. That's a pretty safe bet. That's a pretty safe bet. Gotta send down a bunch of dudes because the AAA roster is overloaded with the dudage. And there we go. We are pretty much set up for this next season. Really quickly, before anything else, we got 12,000 to replace scouts, should we deem that necessary. This guy isn't so good at discovery, but he's good at everything else. Let's have him. I mean, Tim Head's really not that bad, but let's have him replace Tim Head. That leaves 5K. There we go. This guy, Ricky Malanca. Should definitely use you. And then we don't have too much money to upgrade on Mr. Weeks here. Do we have anybody that's a better fit? I doubt it. The only problem is that guy's efficiency that we currently have sucks. Yeah, we're gonna be good with him though. His efficiency sucks, but our scouting department's set up pretty well. The other 2 scouts will make up for it. We are ready to go for season 2, at least as ready as we're gonna be.